Cobra Kai Season 6 features a new villain with impressive skills which look like they surpass the main character's abilities. The unnamed villain may be the final opponent for Johnny and Daniel's students in the Saikai Taikai.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Even Robbie and Miguel aren't ready for the threat that Cobra Kai has set up for Season 6. In the Cobra Kai Season 6 trailer, having little knowledge of what they'll be up against at the Saikai Taikai appears to be a source of tension for Johnny and Daniel. But while they may not be fully aware of what's coming, the show itself hasn't shied away from teasing the season's villains. As the trailer has all but confirmed, their principal rivals in the Saikai Taikai will be a dojo run by John Kreese and Kim Dae-yeon. Despite Kreese becoming a fugitive and Kim seeing her plan fall apart in Cobra Kai Season 5's ending, both characters will be back in play when the new show returns. From the looks of things, they too will have students competing in the Saikai Taikai in Cobra Kai Season 6. And from the looks of things, not a single one of them will be a returning character. But while this leaves a great deal to the imagination, it's already become clear that at least one of Kreese's students is going to be a serious problem for Johnny and Daniel's dojo.
Houston, we have a problem.
That threat will come in the form of an unnamed character seen smirking at the end of the trailer. Towards the end of the Cobra Kai Season 6 trailer, the character executes a double kick in the air, allowing him to hit two opponents at once. This is an impressive feat, one that's normally seen in kung fu movies but not Cobra Kai. Moves like this are understood to be above the skill level of the show's teenage characters. It's fair to say, based on what's been shown so far, that Miguel, Robbie, Sam or Tori are capable of pulling off this technique, or at least not as skillfully as the villain in question. The decision to show a character demonstrating moves outside the wheelhouse of Cobra Kai's main characters makes the case that this new villain is currently better than they are. Granted, a couple of karate moves aren't enough to offer a full assessment of his capabilities, but if it's any indication of his talents, none of the characters are ready for such an adversary. Of course, that's not to say that they won't beat him in Cobra Kai Season 6 ending. Rather, it's just unlikely that they would win if they fought right away. Getting to a point where any of them are on his level could take a full season of intense training from all of their senseis. The way in which the trailer props up this new character positions him to hold an important role in Cobra Kai Season 6. If he really is the strongest fighter Kreese and Kim have at their disposal during the Saikai Taikai, then it stands to reason that he'll be the last opponent standing at the end of the tournament, assuming, of course, that at least one of Johnny and Daniel's students make it that far. If that's the case, a showdown between Robbie, Sam, Miguel or Tori against this mystery villain could be the final round of the tournament and the battle that officially names Cobra Kai's strongest teenage fighter. Relying on Kim's students to win the Saikai Taikai feels like the perfect way to complete Kreese's battle with Johnny and Daniel. While it's true that their training up until this point isn't the result of his teachings, it's important to note that as Kim's students, they follow the same mantras that Kreese has been teaching for decades. After all, Kreese and Kim are both branches from the same tree. Kim is the granddaughter of Kim Sun-young, the founder of the style of martial arts that Kreese uses and one of his two mentors. What all this means is that even if they're not the Cobra Kai that Johnny and Daniel's students have grown accustomed to fighting, Kreese and Kim's students represent the same ideas that they've been up against all along. This makes them fitting adversaries for the main characters, as any other new villain group would feel disconnected from the overarching narrative. Instead, Cobra Kai will be able to pit Miguel and Robbie against a familiar threat, even if the characters themselves aren't.
I'm looking forward to completing your training.